Hey, welcome back to Fox Weather Now. Thanks for being here at the bottom of the hour. I'm Ian Oliver. We got a switch up happening for almost everybody across the country right now. These temperatures are above average. Well, in familiar places, talking about the eastern part of the country, that's changing. And it gets started tomorrow into the middle part of the week with a storm that moves in, a developing clipper. It gets interesting from there, though. You look at the snow forecast, starts to throttle back considerably, approaching the I-95 corridor. Classic setup, moisture exiting, cold air catching up, a little bit of a window where we've got the two of them. We'll talk about that. Then the cold air once it takes over. Later this week, we've got the possibility for freezing temperatures all the way down to about I-4. Call it halfway down the Florida peninsula. You'll know it, especially after temperatures have been on the plus side of average with this little break we've had in the early part of January. Let's get started, though, with that clipper. There's Erie, 34 degrees. It's gusty, but at least that gust is out of the southwest, 22 miles per hour. So many folks across the eastern part of the country with a south to southwesterly wind, and that's why these temperatures are on the good side of average. If you like mild temperatures, and we're speaking in a relative sense because we're in the middle part of January now. Climatologically speaking, in many areas, this is as cold as it gets, at least as low as the averages get for the winter season, for the cold season. A little bit of snow coming off of Lake Ontario. We've had some of that move its way across northern parts of Lake Champlain up in Vermont, a lot of it up into Quebec. This is where we're watching, though, a new storm system starting to get its legs. Almost nothing to look at right now, but by tomorrow morning, it will be. And then especially through the second half of tomorrow, it's a more potent storm moving across northern parts of the Great Lakes. Look at the warm front, though. If you want pure snow, that's a problem. That warm front's up around Quebec City and extending into maritime Canada. That means with this south wind, we've got mild temperatures all the way up north of the border, and it's arriving in a hurry, 30 to 40 miles per hour. Tuesday, much of our Wednesday, above average temperatures. But once this front gets through, that's where life's different. On the opposite side of that boundary, big dip in the jet stream, one like we saw through the lion's share of the month of December. So we are getting back to that. The extended forecast, you'll see that coming up, does look active. So we'll have more opportunities. I've been calling it for dink and dunk snow, Great Lakes and into the Northeast. That's how we've generated a surplus for snow so far this season. Get started into the overnight. Weather Service issued this winter weather advisory. Folks across northern parts of Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, western parts of the UP. In through here, it's for an inch or two of snow. Not a lot, but letting folks know that you could be waking up and driving into some of that. You'll see what I'm talking about on the Fox weather model and into the UP, where you get some of that enhancement coming off of Lake Superior. That's more like 3 to 5 inches of snow in the forecast. So timing isn't all that good. That's 7 a.m. You see this burst of snow, that coverage, snowing across most of the UP. Could be a touch of mixed precipitation down into northern parts of lower Michigan. Then that cold air takes over. Look at this boundary, though. That's by late tomorrow, 11 p.m. Tuesday evening. You've got the front making it to about the I-95 corridor. So the moisture is mated, but the cold air is still lagging well behind. So that's why this is a chilly rain to take us through the balance of the daytime hours on Wednesday into early Thursday morning. That's where it gets interesting. And you may have saw a flash of blue there. We'll get into that coming up in just a couple of minutes. The snow totals taper off approaching I-95, but there are some favored zones backside of that area of low pressure, a north wind. You get a long fetch, effectively a maximum fetch coming off of Lake Michigan, running from north to south, and it generates what appears to be a localized area in northwestern parts of Indiana of big snow. We could be talking about totals approaching a foot in through there. The peak wind gusts, it's less about these numbers for intensity, 30 to 40 miles per hour. Yeah, you'll know about it. More the direction of the winds. South, you get the warmth, the above average temperatures. Opposite side of the cold front, that cold air comes crashing in quickly. South Bend, which is on the periphery of that favored zone, still in the 3 to 5 inches of snow. they've got a surplus on the year in the double digits, almost a foot in excess of what's considered average to date. 37 inches of snow. They've had more than 3 feet of snow this winter in South Bay.